Volunteering's a really important conceptual framework of activity. Can you tell me how important is it in terms of building local capacity, and particularly what does it mean for community resilience?
It's a pillar of building community resilience. We like to think we've been building community resilience for more than 30 years, and we know community engagement and community involvement and the importance of connection. So to allow individuals to participate in their own community's preparation and recovery is actually really important. It builds connectedness and a social memory, and an opportunity to bond and connect in a way that's really meaningful to that local community. And they may form all sorts of connections out of that going forward. They actually might really enjoy the experience if it's managed and coordinated well, so much so that they are inspired to get involved again somehow or in a new way in their community. We know, in fact, from research that's taking place in recent times, that a large portion of the community volunteers that have helped in recovery were actually doing it for the very first time. And we didn't expect that. We thought, they will do lots of things around community, but that was the first time they actually thought about doing something like that. And if they've had such a rewarding experience, they are inspired to do something else. So volunteering alongside amazingly trained volunteers is actually a great potential recruitment avenue for traditional organisations that have required training and so on, and they say, those guys were amazing, I'm going to go and do that too, and they're motivated to join.
As important as that is, and I mean it's obviously a terrific thing if we can involve them, but there's also a general capacity build and a general resilience across the community, just that people were able to be involved and feel engaged with looking after themselves almost, and looking after each other.
It's a really good way to include them in the disaster management process. Everyone has a responsibility and should be taking ownership of their actions in terms of preparedness, but also they can contribute to response and recovery if they're included in that journey in ways that are appropriate for that type of role, and they can add value and feel valued, and actually it can help those organisations when times are tough.
And at the local level, this is really important, that it's not just about doing things for the community, but it's really vitally important for us to do things with the community. And this is a real opportunity of that engagement in a meaningful way from our perspective as well as from yours.
From what we know from our grassroots engagement is people want to know what's going on, and if they don't know what's going on because there's not been timely or consistent communication, they will perceive a need, and they will then go on to address that need themselves. That's been since the dawn of time. That's humanity.
It's the way we fundamentally operate.
So that's why messaging with counselling is really, really important, given the key role councils have in the disaster management arrangements.
So it's important to have not just consistent messaging, but also a consistent process and a way that people can meaningfully engage with that system.
Yep. Exactly, and having clear pathways and having that clearly communicated can help people really understand what's going on around them. We know that's something that people are really interested in finding out, but they don't live in the disaster management world, they don't know the terminology, they don't understand the disaster management arrangements, and they will perceive a need and they will go out there and meet that need. That's what humans do since the dawn of time. They will help each other if they think that's the right thing to do. And it's interesting in these times when we now have social media, that instantaneous platforms can appear and people can connect instantly, whether it's from a point of truth or not. So it's important, the key messaging's there, and we want to help counsel with that as well.